Why do I look like a whole like skater girl right now? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to click the subscribe button and to turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss a video. I know I look a little crazy right now, but my hair was braided. It was like in little tiny braids because it's been helping me just not have like knots and a big mess in my hair. If you have curly hair, you know exactly what I mean. So I was taking off the braids and then I just decided to film. And it's like a lazy look day today. And as you can see in the title, I will be recommending my favorite Netflix series. And it's such a good time because who's not watching Netflix right now? Everybody is. Obviously, there's so much on Netflix. There's a ton of movies, TV shows. There's just too much on it. Obviously, I have not watched every single thing on there. So here we go. Number 1. This one is so burnt right now. I watched it yesterday and we like binge watched it. Like we watched all of it. It was Tiger King. So number 1 is Tiger King. If you have not watched it, I recommend for you to watch it. It's hilarious and it has so many plot twists to it, and honestly, the fact that this story is real is insane. The whole time you think they're acting, the whole time you think it's like a reality TV show that, you know, they add drama and like not everything's 100% real. Tiger King is 7 episodes. I think they're like 45 minutes each, and there's an 8 episode that they just made. It's not part of their reality TV show. It ends in episode 7. Joel McHale, and he interviews every single one of them. Obviously not Tiger King because he's in jail. You'll see like how real it is, and just watching that last episode, I was like, this is real. Like, it's just insane. It's just about Tiger King, which is a man that's crazy in the head, and he is like a whole movie character, and he is obsessed with big cats. He's obsessed with lions, tigers, all of that, and he is in this whole, like, you can call it like a mafia thing, that they trade cats and all of that. And supposedly, and there's several people that do it. He's in Oklahoma, but he has like this huge enemy, and that enemy, she has a lot to do with the story, and she is a millionaire, like, and she has her own story. Like, she supposedly ends up killing her husband. I think she killed her husband. I don't know if she really did. They never proved it, but go watch it. It's not really kid friendly. I mean, it depends on how strict you are with your kids and how old your kids are. For me, I don't feel comfortable watching that with Ezra because there's just so much in it that he would question, and I'm just not ready to answer yet. So with the 6-year-old, I didn't watch it, but it honestly, it depends on you. No judgment. Number 2, this one is like one of my top favorites. I watched it, I think, like last year. It's The House of Flowers. So this show is in Spanish, but they have the English subtitles, so if you don't speak Spanish or understand it, you can still watch it. It's so good. It's like a novela. There's 2 seasons of this, The House of Flowers, and then there's like one little special episode that's called The Funeral. And then right now I saw that season 3 is coming April 23rd, which is in 10 days. And it's super cool because if you start watching season 1 and 2 of House of Flowers right now, you would get to watch season 3 right away, which is super cool. But this show is about a family. They're like a known rich family. The House of Flowers is because they own a business called the House of Flowers that they sell flowers arrangements, and they're a very known family. They've come out in magazines, and they're rich, and they've kept that reputation for so many years and generations. And if you look at their inside home and every individual person, like, they have so much drama. And I love this show because there's so much bad that goes on, but the family's still there for each other, and it just reminds me of my family because we're not as crazy as them, but we have been through so much together, and we'll still ride with each other no matter how many times we fight, how many times we're like not agreeing with the other family members' decisions, will still be there for each other, and that was one of the reasons why I love this show. It's funny, it's sad, I love all the characters, I get really attached to characters. It's so bad, like once a season ends I'm like, no, please, no, because I feel like the character dies when the season ends. But good thing that we're gonna have a new season coming up. So I really recommend that one. If you grew up watching novelas and if you love novelas, go watch that show. It's so good. The third recommendation is On My Block. So this show was recommended to me from a friend, Karen. And I started watching it and I got hooked on it so fast. Like first episode I was like, next. Me and Benjamin just finished watching it. There's 3 seasons. It's about 4 friends, and those 4 friends, they are from the hood, but it's a made-up hood. But it's a hood that's like Compton, like East LA, like one of those hoods that's just like a bad neighborhood and that kids have to just deal with growing up there, and most of their parents are working and all of that, so they pretty much grow up alone and with their friends. And the reason why I love this show is because the friendship those 4 kids had was so close. Like, who does not want friends like them? Like, after you watch this, you actually think about it, you're like, damn, like, will my friends ride or die with me like that? Like, do I have good friends? This show is so good. There is so much drama, there's love, there's comedy. These 4 kids just go through so much, and they're kids, they're in high school, and they're barely gonna move on to high school. Like, when they start off, they're in middle school, and then they go to high school, and it's like their whole high school years, and how they make it through, and how hard it is every day that they go home, and like their parents have no idea they get picked up by this mafia lady and they have to do something for her. There's just so much drama involved, and at the same time it's like they're growing up. And if you've already been in high school, you know that it's one of the hardest times of your life. You feel like nobody understands. Something else I learned about this show was that to appreciate if you have a mom and dad. It is a privilege to grow up with 2 parents at home, and sometimes we forget it. It's such a good show. It really makes you think about life, how thankful we should be of wherever we grow up. If I thought I lived in the ghetto after watching that show, I really don't live in the ghetto, because yeah, I live in the ghetto, but I'm not scared to walk home. I'm not scared to come home. Like, I'm not scared where I'm thinking like, oh my god, somebody's following me. Like, I'm actually not scared of that. So I live in the ghetto, but I'm not as scared as them. And like, it just makes you be thankful for so many things, and it makes you really think about what we appreciate, what we don't, and it gives you a good laugh, it gives you a good story. And of course I got attached to the characters, because I always freaking do. It's so annoying. 4th one is La Rosa de Guadalupe. Just kidding. No, it kind of is. Well, it's because I've been watching it a lot, but I know some people aren't into it. But honestly, like, it's pretty good. Like, the stories of it are pretty good. Okay, my 5th, is this my 5th? Yeah, it's my 5th. So I think, but my 5th recommendation is called Self-Made. So this is a super short limited series. It is just 4 episodes and they're 45 minutes long. This series is about Madam C.J. Walker, and if you don't know who Madam C.J. Walker, trust me, she's worth the Google. She was the first African American woman to be a self-millionaire, and I mean, she made herself. Her story is crazy. You will get a lot out of it. You will either get motivated, or I'm sure you will get motivated actually. And she really started from the bottom. You have no idea how many things she had to overcome. She started her own beauty care, and if you know, African American girls have a very hard time growing their hair, and she just talked about how much hair meant to her, you know, and her story of it. But it ends up being that she stole the formula from somebody else, but she wanted to work so hard, and it's just a crazy story. Because then you're like, did she make it? She stole the formula. But honestly, I still give her props, and she is a woman to look up to. So I recommend that show. My last recommendation of Netflix is crazy. It's called Elite. This show has 3 seasons, takes place in a private high school where all you see is little rich kids and kids that their parents are like, they're important people and everybody's parents know each other and everybody has to have money, and how they got their money and what kind of family they come from. Your family's reputation is worth so much in this high school, and it's so important, and the high school is so strict. They care so much about your family's reputation, because if not, it's the high school's reputation, and it's just crazy. There's a girl that was murdered. It's also in Spanish, but it has also English subtitles if you're not a Spanish speaker. And if you want drama in your life and craziness, watch the show. Like, you will be hooked on it so fast. You also see a lot of like a poor side, because there's 3 kids that got a scholarship that are poor. Only 3 kids that got a scholarship in that whole school. And they go to that school and they're obviously pointed at like the poor kids, they're broke, they're just here with the scholarship, so it's also hard for them to get through. But it's beautiful to see how at the end they all become a community and they're all together, because they all realize, the rich kids and the poor kids realize that it doesn't matter how much money you have, we're all the same at the end of the day. So that was beautiful to watch. That was my top recommendation. If you know about a good show, you can leave a comment down below and we can just all watch each other's shows. That was my video for today. I hope it's helpful for your quarantine moment in your house. I hope you guys are staying safe. And don't forget to take care of yourself. All the moms out there, we got this, we can do this, we're strong. Just everybody that has to stay home, man. Like, I hope you guys are just getting through. Don't think about it in the long run. Think about it in just a day. Because God does tell us to just live every day, wake up. You don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow, so don't even complain. Oh, my whole spring break, my whole summer. You don't know if you're going to be here. None of us do. So just wake up today, live for today, and then tomorrow worry about tomorrow, okay? I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for keeping up with my channel. Stay caffeinated, guys.